dust storm, man.
Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
Blue jeans and fancy cookies. Seems odd that this could be the takeaway from a week of Star Wars news, but for some reason, it is. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe, and of course with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I mean, really?
I know. Yeah, things are getting really strange.
I mean, jeans and cookies. That's the headlines.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
With everything going on.
Right. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Befuddling, I know.
What's that?
I said befuddling, I know.
Yes, it is.
Well, let's just jump right into cookies, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Macaroons.
Right. Baby Yoda loves his
Macaroons
cookies.
made their debut in the Star Wars universe last week.
Right.
And now you can get your officially licensed Navarro nummies. So Star Wars macaroons.
Wait, this is a real thing?
This is a real thing. And for the low price of $49.95, you can get 12 cookies.
12 cases of cookies.
No, 12 cookies.
Oh my God.
9 ounces.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Like, I understand that macaroons are supposed to be like hard to make, right?
Yeah.
Like hard to make right.
Sure.
But really?
Yeah, whoa. Wow. It's almost $5 a cookie.
Yeah, and this just in, Navarro nummies have outsold Oreos.
What?
Because Star Wars fans are nuts.
Yes. And we spend our money where we shouldn't.
This is one that I honestly got to put my foot down and say, this is somewhere you shouldn't spend your money.
Right.
Like, dude, these are blue cookies.
Yes.
All right? Like,
exactly.
$50? Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. This is one of those ones where it's like, well, let's just see how far we can push it.
The sad part is they're probably going to go out the other end and say, yeah, hey, that worked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like, this is one where I'm like, all the Star Wars stuff I buy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not so sure about this one.
I'm sure.
I understand they're coming from a, high quality source, supposedly.
Right.
And yeah, I just don't see how an almond cookie with vanilla flavored frosting could be like amazing.
Not that amazing.
Like you read the I laugh because you read the summary. I'll read the summary.
Okay.
Inspired by a sweet moment when a young Navarro student debated sharing his treats with the child.
I don't think there was much debate there. He just said,
He said no.
Exactly.
He didn't debate.
Right.
He said no, and then the child stole him.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Something new to put on Baby Yoda's resume, by the way. Thief.
Yeah, and apparently he's a high-end thief because he didn't take a pack of Nabisco cookies.
Exactly. Right? And that's the other thing. You send your kid to school, here's a pack of $50 cookies. That's
my parents were like, here's some Gushers and shut up.
Right. Oh my gosh.
$50 cookies. I was thrilled when I got a fruit roll-up.
Right.
But okay, so I'll continue.
Yes.
21st century artisans. Okay.
Like current artisans?
Yeah. So like they made these cookies recently.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
It's a good sign, yeah.
If they would have said like 17th century artisans and made these cookies, they'd be like, I bet they're going to be stale.
Yeah. A little sketchy there. Yeah.
So, okay. I'll continue without laughing my ass off.
Yeah, I won't.
Huh?
I won't. I will continue to
21st
laugh.
century artisans in California have created these ethereal French-style almond macaroons, capturing the essence of this scene with Navarro nummies.
Okay.
Trademark.
Right. Yes.
All right. For authentic galactic flavor, each exquisite treat is artfully hand-piped with a rich, creamy vanilla filling.
Huh. Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. This is nuts. I don't know. I mean, if they're going to get us paying $50 for some cookies, I shudder to think how much like the next, line of action figures is going to cost.
Oh man, I just scrolled down on this website.
Uh-oh.
So they got Star Wars macaroons, which are macaroons with so you got like a white one that's a stormtrooper.
Oh, yeah.
You got a blue one that's Boba Fett, a black and gray one that's Darth Vader. Also $49.95.
Excellent.
But next to it is The Mandalorian, the Child, iced cookie. $9.95.
Okay.
You can sell cookies for $9.95
Like a piece?
a piece.
Wow.
I'm clicking on that. Let's just see. Pretty sure that's a piece. Summary. Yes, it is an 8 1/4 inch by 3 inch cookie. 1.94 ounces.
Oh my.
$9.95. So breaking news, the Wars and More has opened a shop to sell cookies.
Yes. Absolutely.
So we'll be selling baby yogurt cookies.
Baby yogurt? I like it.
Yeah. Got to be careful not to step on trademarks too hard. Got to go fair use here.
Yeah.
There was no baby yogurt, so we can do that.
I still think they'd sue the crap out of us.
Probably.
Oh.
But we're slashing prices. They're $7 cookies.
Oh. That's a bargain. I'm telling you. Oh.
Whew. This is a stretch, people. This is a stretch.
Yes. Stretch is one way to put it.
I feel like maybe the discussion went like this. Oh crap, we did this thing Mando Mondays where we're gonna reveal products every week. Oh man, we're running out of things to do. Cookies.
Cookies. Yeah.
Cookies. Let's do cookies.
Everybody likes cookies.
Yeah, that's just wild.
Uh,
All right. I think we beat up on the cookies.
Yeah.
We got
Hey, rightfully so. I'm just saying.
I'm typically pretty supportive of Star Wars products.
Yep. I'm with you.
But the cookies, I'm like, oh, man, really? and if they were just cookies, right? Like when they came out with a Mandalorian cereal that was priced just like every other cereal, it was like, hey, cool, they're making a cereal. It's like when I was a kid, right? They had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cereal. They had Transformers,
sure.
They had cereals for every show. It just made sense. Kids like cereal.
Right.
Kids like cookies, but not $50 cookies. Come on.
That's the thing. These are not intended for you to buy for your kids to take in a school lunch or anything like that. These are intended for you to buy, stick on a shelf, and have 20-year-old stale $50 cookies.
Yeah, because I mean that would be tough, right? Like I'm gonna buy some $50 a dozen macaroons,
right? And
then
then
they're gonna get there and be like, "Man, this is almost $5 a cookie."
yeah, right. How do
And
you
they're little?
How do you eat that and feel good about it?
You don't. Like, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
I won't say that. I was gonna say something, but yeah, it could be misconstrued, so I'm not gonna say that. But anyway,
yeah.
moving on. Jeans Guy.
Oh yes.
Jeans Guy, the other famous news story of the week.
Right.
So, let me ask you, Doug, did you notice it?
I got to be honest. No, I did not.
Okay. So, yes, this is always funny, right? When this happens,
Right.
this happens a lot. I mean, this happened in the Lord of the Rings, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. This sort of thing can happen. It, I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I've heard some people like almost upset by this, but it's like, these things happen, right? I mean,
and that's where I was getting at with this. I'm seeing I've seen more than there should be people upset that this should be to a higher standard, or
right,
some
right.
crap like that. And it's just like, look, there's $300 million movies out there that have this kind of thing happen.
Sure. Now, to be clear, so everyone knows what we're talking about, there is a scene where clearly someone's standing like around the corner, like peeking out from behind a corner in a pair of blue jeans and a t-shirt. So,
Right.
It's a quick scene in an action sequence. I mean, number one, I didn't notice it at first, and knowing that it was there, it doesn't take anything away from the show for me.
Right. Oh, it didn't take you right out of it?
No, it did not.
Come on, this is the kind of thing that should take you right out of it. Like when you sit down to watch Troy and you see the plane in the sky.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So you mean it happened somewhere else? Oh, geez.
Oh, no, I mean, you mean it happens all the time?
Right.
And it happens, in movies that weren't trying to edit from their home office.
Yeah, that's part of
because
the
there's
thing.
Quarantine.
Right. I don't know. For me, just not that big of a deal.
Right. I don't mind the poking fun at it, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can have
The
fun with
poking fun at it, dude, the memes for this
Yeah.
are solid.
it.
I have laughed so hard at some of the memes that are out there.
Nice.
There's a Wikipedia entry meme for Jeans Guy.
Oh, that's amazing.
He had a name too. There was a name and a bio and everything. It was.
Oh,
I
this is
laughing.
Phil, and Phil gets a credit. Like,
I don't remember what it said.
yeah, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just trying to poke more fun.
Right. Those are gone. I don't know. There was a whole entry though.
Sure.
It cracked me up. Oh, here we go. I think I'm onto something. Yeah, Admiral Jeff Blue Jeans.
Oh, nice. It's got a rank and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Oh,
Yeah, pretty solid.
yes.
But yeah, it happens, right? It happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the memes, the jokes, that's all fun. It's all a good time.
Right.
But the anger, like this shouldn't happen.
That's just taking everything too seriously. I mean, we take our Star Wars seriously. Serious fun. And that's it,
Yeah. It's just, it's fun. And things happen. Things happen in the most big budget things out there.
Right.
And this was a real fleeting moment. Like, it's real quick.
Oh, yeah.
In a sequence that is moving very fast.
Right.
So
I will say this, I wouldn't say it's good to be angry about it, but it is a testament to the passion that Star Wars fans have for, this show that we all love. So it's probably not good to be angry, but I get the, you want it to be as authentic as possible, I guess, but just don't,
But at the end of the day, it's fiction.
Exactly. That is a true statement. Yes.
These are real people in the real world making fantasy stories for us to watch.
Right.
And things are going to happen.
Yep.
It's just a thing.
That it is.
No one seems to bitch when they're watching a sitcom and people are just laughing. Like that's not when I walk around and tell a joke, no one laughs at me.
Right.
There's not a crowd of people to laugh. But yet every sitcom has a laugh track for a studio audience.
True.
No one gives a damn about that.
That's right.
Doesn't take them out of the moment. So, come on now.
Exactly. Have fun with it.
And anyone who says that took them out of it, they're full of crap because they didn't see that until it got posted online.
Oh, exactly.
Unless they were the one that frame by frame the movie or the episode to try and find that.
Right.
Now, granted, some people might have went, "Hey, what was that?" and had to rewind it.
Sure.
Some people catch that stuff. And it was probably someone who caught that initially was like, "Whoa, what was that?"
Yes.
Or they were watching it with their significant other while they were, browsing Facebook or something, and they looked up and said, "Hey, what was with the guy in jeans?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they weren't even watching it, but they caught that.
Right. It could be something like that.
So, but yeah, nothing to get angry over.
No, not at all.
But hey, maybe this is something they'll talk about in Disney Gallery The Mandalorian. They're going to do a season 2.
Oh, yeah. I got to say, I loved, having that show available to us just to give us all the insights, the last season. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
I am really excited there's going to be another season.
Yeah, it was something I wish we could have dove into a little more.
Right.
And hopefully this season we'll be able to do that, like really dissect that a little more. But this past season we got the Clone Wars.
Right.
And it was really hard to set aside time to talk about Gallery when we wanted to talk about the Clone Wars.
Yes.
So hopefully next season we can kind of really dive into what they're saying a little more and really get into it more. So I'm looking forward to this because I did enjoy the first season.
Yeah, so did I. It's good stuff.
So I'm glad they're bringing that back. I like that behind the scenes stuff. I always watch the commentaries for the films. And
right.
There's always some cool insights in there.
Hey, more Filoni talking Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And more Favreau geeking out over Filoni talking Star Wars.
Exactly. Yes.
So yeah, I'm totally pumped for this.
Absolutely.
Well, something else with the Mandalorian before we get to this week's episode.
Right.
Bo-Katan made her appearance this season
In live action.
and now rumored to go back to animation and show up in the Bad Batch.
This is interesting. I guess it gives us a little insight as to what they might be doing with that show. This is going to take us to some familiar stuff, I guess. Bo-Katan and the clones, and this is supposedly happening after Order 66, right? So I guess we might get some some insights as to what goes on with Bo-Katan after all the events of Rebels and all that, right? I mean, Clone Wars between.
And I agreed, like, oh, yeah. I heard what you meant, not what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta say, I'm excited about this because look at the grit and the badassery that the Bad Batch brought.
Right.
Now you're gonna throw Mandalorians into the mix?
Right.
What are we gonna see? Like, this is gonna be some action-packed stuff with Mandalorians and the Bad Batch group, right? Like,
I think so. I think it's gonna be, and I think it's evidenced by what we've seen already from both of these, the Bad Batch and the Mandalorians in animation. Is I got a feeling this is going to be kind of grittier, like a little more hardcore animation.
Yeah.
This is exactly the kind of thing that I think a lot of Star Wars fans clamor for. That they want.
Yeah, and it'll kind of add to the legend of the Bad Batch a little bit too, right?
Sure.
If you got Mandalorians going, these guys are crazy.
Right. Yes.
So it'll definitely add to that lore, right?
Right.
The Bad Batch, they didn't mean it like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. In theory, they're called the Bad Batch because they had mutations and stuff. They weren't perfect clones. But what they really mean is they're bad.
Yes. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. What's it say on their wallets?
Nice.
Some people will get that.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction
won't.
reference. Yeah, I like it. That's good.
So, yeah, I'm excited. The Bad Batch arc was good Star Wars. I'm looking forward to more good Star Wars.
Absolutely.
And more action-packed Star Wars, because that's what it was.
Yes.
It was action-packed.
Totally.
Have something to add to the conversation? Or you just want to let us know how we're doing? Email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best place to get in on the action. But if social media is a little more to your liking, @TheWarsAndMore on Twitter is always a good place to interact with us. And we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/TheWarsAndMore. And of course, your portal to this and everything else, The Wars and More, is thewarsandmore.com.
All right, so it's that time of the week where we take a look at The Mandalorian. And of course, that means everything from here on out, including the title I'm about to read, is a spoiler. So if you are still kind of hanging out under a rock, haven't watched it yet, everything after right now is a spoiler.
And why haven't you watched it yet? Because
yeah, everything after right now.
Yeah.
So chapter 13, The Jedi.
The Jedi.
Okay, I just gotta say,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Big whoa. This episode was way more than I expected.
Okay.
Mainly because of name drops and things like that.
Okay. Yep.
Secondly, I was almost not expecting Ahsoka to be as involved. Meaning this episode really was Ahsoka's episode.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
From the start, I mean, Ahsoka took it away. And the introduction to Ahsoka wasn't even their first meeting.
Right. That's one thing that really caught me. I want to say off guard, but I was like, wow, they're really doing this, right? Kind of the same way that Bo-Katan just drops her name. They just open up this episode with, here she is, so yeah, that was kind of a little bit of a shocker.
Yeah, it was surprising to say the least. And this whole episode went to Ahsoka. It really did not focus on the main character at all.
Right. It's true.
And it worked. For as much as I didn't want to see stuff like this happen in this series, I thought the way they weaved it and the execution was fantastic.
Yeah.
They really went all in with Ahsoka, but really rounded it out with our hero's quest and his story.
Well, yeah. Now, this is Dave, remember? Right? I mean, so leave it to him to get everything in there he wants to, right? If that makes sense. Right,
because he is good at that. He is good at making sure everything connects.
Right.
But I will say, at the beginning of this episode, when it went right into Ahsoka, it was at first a little off-putting based on my stance.
Oh, okay.
I did not want to see this show start gravitating towards a bunch of other characters. And I know it hasn't done it yet, but I keep waiting for it to happen. And then once it happens, it's Pandora's box, right? Once you open the box, it's done.
Yeah. But this show, I have a feeling, is going to be the launch pad for many different things.
Yes.
I mean, I think we've seen a couple already here. I think we're going to see a Boba Fett show, and I think we're going to see an Ahsoka show. I think this is the launch pad for both.
Well, yeah, with the way this episode played out, I would agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense.
Because, I mean, at this point in this series and where we're at, I would be shocked if in the remaining of this season we see Bo-Katan again, or even see Ahsoka Tano again. I think these were one-off appearances for these characters.
Yeah. It kind of looks that way, at least from right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way that I kind of see that not happening is if, Din sets the kid on the seeing stone and is like, hey, nothing's happening. Then maybe Mandalorian revisits Ahsoka, but,
Yeah, puts him on the seeing stone. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Turn up the dial here somehow. Kid's just like,
So, yeah. So where do we want to go here?
Okay.
It's going to be easy to go wild and just jump all over the place.
Yeah, it's probably what's going to happen too.
Yeah.
But well, I mean, there's two big elephants in the room, right? Might as well get them out of the way.
Okay.
Well, the name.
Huh?
The name.
The name.
Yeah.
I didn't know you wanted me to say it.
Yeah, I want you to say it.
So, in this season's favorite pastime so far has been big name drops and
right.
just Like, yeah, we did it. And this one was Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's something that's, God, it's been talked about so much, but I really didn't think that they'd end up going there. Yet here we are.
Yeah, this is only the second most clamored for character in live action.
Right.
And how appropriate. When you take care of the first most clamored for character in live action, might as well just throw the second one out there.
Yeah, might as well.
Like, you thought we were done? But I honestly think they're done with that for this season.
Well, I would hope
don't
so.
See Thrawn coming to The Mandalorian.
Oh, no. And that's what we were alluding to with, an Ahsoka series. I think that's gonna be what that's all about. Don't you?
And those are crossovers that we could see next season.
Yeah.
Since we know next season's happening, and the reason I throw the Bo-Katan thing out is not in this season. I don't think her showdown with Gideon is going to happen this season.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, there's, I hate to say it, but man, there's not a whole lot of left of this season left.
No, 3 episodes, right?
Right.
I mean, we're already way, way on the back end of this. Like,
yes.
So, cameos may not be over with.
Oh, you think there might be more?
Oh, I mean, there's always a chance that another Jedi shows up.
Yeah. Yeah, who would that be?
Oh, man. And, I thought that this possibility was like absolutely just way too far out there crazy to even think of. But, man, they're going to go to Tython. They're going to try and reach out to Jedi.
Right.
There aren't very many left.
No.
And there's one Jedi out there that is looking for Force sensitives.
Yeah.
Only one.
Only one. Yeah.
I think
say it.
The possibility of seeing Luke Skywalker in the series is
an actual real possibility.
Yeah. And I am unbelievably interested on how they're going to do this.
Yeah. If they do this, that'd be something. I don't know how else to say it, but I got to say before, I wasn't really crazy about the idea. But with what they've done so far, I'd almost like to see how it goes.
I mean, they're just teeing it up.
It's true. It is true.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this will play out.
Well, this whole okay. Let's think about this for a second. Everything that we've seen so far. You have the Mandalorian looking for a Jedi, finds Ahsoka. Ahsoka sends him to Tython. And she's got her own fish she's trying to fry here.
Right.
Being Thrawn. Okay. I wonder if this is like how do you put it? Like the diverging point of these stories. So, maybe Mando does meet up with Skywalker and,
or maybe all those connecting pieces just keep going and the Jedi that shows up is, Ezra Bridger.
Well, I think that's I think that's part of Ahsoka's thing. So,
maybe she's following. Like, Maybe he's just the beacon we needed for Ezra to find his way home.
Oh, maybe, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I think she's still looking for Ezra, and Thrawn is, how she's going to find him. That's her, it's her lead, basically.
Right.
So, and then, like you were saying, possibility of seeing Luke Skywalker, taking the child, and, maybe the child is actually part of Luke's academy that got burnt down.
Right.
Because, Ahsoka said she senses much fear in him. It's kind of, I don't know. That story could go anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Tython.
Okay.
So Tython, I mean, I'm trying to think, how much have we seen Tython in canon?
Not much. Let's see. In canon, I believe it was brought up in Dr. Aphra comic.
Yep. So that's what I'm seeing now. So it's
Okay.
It's saying the High Republic won, but I don't think that's out yet, is it?
Right.
Now, in Legends material,
Yes.
Tython was the homeworld of the Jedi.
Of the Jedi. Yes.
So this is where the Order began.
Right.
Well, that's something that now we're just going to go there?
Yeah, I know. That's, and again, this is Filoni we're talking about. He pulls from that kind of stuff all the time.
Right.
So that's what's got me kind of excited about it, because he has no problem with, pulling from Legends stuff and bringing it into the canon. It's
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Just saying.
I'm just wondering where this goes now. Like, is this going to be laid out as such? Is this going to be the birthplace of the Jedi Order?
Well, that's yet to be seen, but wouldn't surprise me. Kind of cool, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
I think it'd be cool.
But I saw that as another huge, whoa moment, because
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of this stuff just goes back, right? This show is doing a good job of drawing from every bit of material that's out there, whether it's canon or Legends.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
So, we didn't mention yet the other big name drop.
The other big name drop.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Do I?
Yeah. Oh, do you not like it?
It's slipping my mind, apparently, because I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Baby Yoda.
Oh. Yes, so the child has a name.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, me neither.
It's been met with some controversy online,
Oh, it has.
as with some other things this episode. But yeah, so we're talking about the child's name, Grogu. Right? Grogu?
Yeah. Grogu. Kind of sounds appropriate. Sounds right to me.
It fits the face,
Exactly. Fits the face. I like that.
I've seen people saying, "Oh, my kid's never going to accept Grogu as a name." It's I think you underestimate your kid.
Right.
I mean, and they're throwing ages out there 7 and 8. My 7-year-old, my 8-year-old's not going to accept this.
Why?
Really? Why?
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay.
Like, was Din Djarin a problem?
Exactly. Huh.
People have names, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't know. Now they know.
Strange.
I saw stuff like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. And it's 2 syllables. Like, Yoda's 2 syllables.
Right.
So, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
So just...
It's 2 syllables, really? I'm sorry. That's kind of weird.
Baby Yoda's 4, so shut up.
Exactly. The child, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool. I liked it. We have a name for the kid now. What I liked was every time that Din Djarin said his name, his head whipped around like, "Oh, hey, you know my name now?"
And he looked excited, like,
"Yeah,
dude, you know my name?"
Right. You're not going to just call me kid? All right.
So,
yeah,
I like that. I like that. Honestly, I even fell into doing it, into saying Baby Yoda, right?
Oh, we all did. Everyone did.
And it drove me nuts.
Why?
Because why doesn't the child have a name of its own, right? Like, that's why.
Okay.
I was just like, I just don't like the Baby Yoda moniker. Like, it's not Yoda. And it is confusing people out there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there are people out there that don't watch Star Wars, right?
Well,
They don't know what timelines they're in. They're seeing this baby-looking Yoda character, and they honestly think it is Baby Yoda.
Yeah, but we don't care about them. They don't watch Star Wars. Just saying. In all seriousness, I forgot my point now. Dang it. I don't know.
That's not good, because you said in all seriousness.
Yeah, I know. Must not have been that serious, huh?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Apparently it wasn't that.
Right. I don't know. I just, I think, I'm glad we have a name. I love the way he whips his head around every time Din Djarin says it. And,
right.
You know, I think we're in for some interesting story with Grogu now, because,
yes,
you know, with everything Ahsoka said, like, sensing fear in him, even the callback to Anakin with, you know, I've seen what this does even to the best of us.
Right.
You got a feeling that this, you know, child Grogu is going to be a bigger player than we might realize, you know, in the galaxy itself.
Yeah, at least has the potential to be a huge player in the future of Star Wars.
Right. That's a good point too, because he's going to outlive everybody.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this could be the one that takes up the mantle when, you know, the Rays and all that long gone.
Right. That's an interesting thought.
You know?
Yeah.
Yoda did it for, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's funny.
Something years.
It's funny. She even says there's not many Jedi left, but, you know, we know she's got her mission going on. Luke's got his academy he's trying to build. And maybe Luke can see Grogu as kind of a hedge on what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If this thing I've got going on doesn't quite work out, maybe if Grogu's off in this part of the galaxy getting something going, that'll work out.
Right.
I don't know. I like these ideas.
Well, yeah, I mean, and as long as nothing happens, right? Grogu's got a long life ahead of him.
Right.
Very long.
Yeah, because if he was just like at Luke's academy when Kylo tore through it, yeah, it's almost like this whole story is for nothing, you know. So I got a feeling They probably got something different or more planned.
Yeah, not only that, but man, if he had to be at another temple that was being destroyed, I mean, you gotta think this dude's just like,
good point.
man, I'm only 60.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Or my bad, he'd probably be 70 at that point, right?
That's something.
Something like that.
But
Yeah.
I'm just
Look,
laughing.
in 70 years, I've seen this order just get destroyed twice.
Yeah, being a Jedi, not a good idea.
Through this.
Yes. Yeah. Don't want to be a Jedi anymore.
Yep. And then 30 years later, you get Grogu, the bounty hunter trial. Killed, whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
Maybe he's just going to become a bounty hunter.
It could be. Oh, I like it.
Or a smuggler. Maybe he starts working with Hondo Ohnaka.
Oh, God. Yeah, because he's still around. Better be, right?
Could be. I mean, he could be at this time.
Yeah, at this time, yeah. But, when Grogu's like 250, maybe not.
Well, actually, I think it is canon that Hondo Ohnaka is around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because isn't he doing the whole smugglers run or whatever?
On
At Disney
Baku?
World?
Yeah.
Batu?
Yeah, sorry.
That's during the time of the First Order.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
And isn't everything that Disney does canon now?
It's supposed to be something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Hondo's out there. Just saying.
Just saying. Yep.
Just saying.
So, okay, I got a question for you here.
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice the owl?
The owl?
The owl. What is it called? Is that a cornbearer? Whatever. Ahsoka's owl.
Yeah.
You did?
So no, I did not notice it.
Okay. Cool. It was sitting on a branch of one of those trees when Din is walking up to where she should be. He's telling Grogu, well, these are the coordinates. And that's right when she attacks him.
Okay.
So, I saw the owl just before she attacked him. So, kind of cool. Just sitting up in a tree branch, It's what it looked like to me anyway. You just watch. Someone's going to tell me that's not what that was, and, but it only makes sense to me that it was there. That's kind of how Dave works.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Now, I did see the Loth Cat.
No, I did not see a Loth Cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So right before she does the awesome, hey, look, I can make 2 lightsabers out of one move. Yeah, right before that, when they turn around, there's a Loth Cat in the alleyway. It hisses at them.
Okay. And kind of like scurries away?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did see it. I didn't know what it was. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was Loth Cat.
Okay. Cool.
So not the first Loth Cat appearance in this series.
No, it's not. And, kind of cool. I guess, I guess they're everywhere, not just on Lothal, but,
Yeah, and I noticed that, like, you keep seeing them throughout Star Wars as, like, pets.
Right?
But they don't seem very pet-like.
Exactly.
Like, they seem like real asses.
I like how you put that. Yeah. Like, why would you want one of these things?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I like cats.
Right.
So, another thing I've seen.
Yeah.
As far as, like, pushback, right?
Oh, okay.
And I see, some of this argument, right? So, Ahsoka's Montrals, so her head tails.
Yeah.
It was noticed and pointed out repeatedly that they are shorter than they have been in the past.
Okay.
So at the time of Rebels, they were longer than they are in this series.
Okay.
Now, I assume the reasoning behind this is the movement of the actor.
Right.
So the second these things get too crazy long and things like that, they're not real people. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you have to put these things on someone's head.
Okay,
and
so
when you're
man,
doing things and interacting, these actors got to be able to move.
right. So you're saying this is a complaint, like a real people are complaining, like
Yes.
for real about this?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, some people are using the old, this took me out of it.
Oh my God. Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's anything that people seem to get upset about, right? Like, whenever something upsets someone, they're like, it took me right out of it.
I'm just thinking, need to pay attention to more of the story if that's what's going on. Yeah. Wow.
Like, Ahsoka showed up and all you could focus on was like, her head tails are too short.
Yeah.
Like I said, I get it. I understand noticing that. And it is, when you look side by side, it's super noticeable. And I noticed it watching the episode, right?
Okay. Yeah, but
It didn't bother me.
no.
I understand you have to make changes like that for live action.
Right.
It has to work for the characters to do something. And everybody's like, Shaak Ti. Well, Shaak Ti never did a backflip.
Right. And I'm sorry, but an animated version is generally a more exaggerated version of a character than live action. Just kind of how it goes. I mean, so if in animation they're longer, just kind of how it goes. Doesn't bug me one bit.
Like I said, one of the things that's pointed out is Shaak Ti. And in live action, Shaak Ti's were much longer.
Okay.
But Shaak Ti was not a on-screen acrobatic Jedi.
Right. I don't know. Things like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
There's going to be sacrifices that have to be made.
Yes. So, I will say this, okay? Since I'm going to jump on the everyone's complaining about the series bandwagon here. One thing that bothered me, I shouldn't say it bothered me because it really didn't. It's just, it is the way things are now. Ahsoka's voice.
Yes.
In my head, I so wanted to just hear Ashley Eckstein's voice. But even though I didn't,
I mean,
it was
we have been
okay.
listening to Ashley Eckstein voice that character for 18 years.
Yes.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah. If there's
And
anything,
yes, it was a shock to the system.
if there's anything to quote unquote complain about, it would be that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not.
And it was a shock
Yeah.
when she spoke the first time,
Yes.
but it faded.
Exactly. And I've got to say, I got to give Rosario Dawson credit because there were things that she did and conveyed on screen that were totally Ahsoka, right? Like when she jumped over that wall and she pulled the weapon away from the one guy, took out the other guy, looks back at the first guy, kind of cocks her head sideways a little bit, and he runs. That was totally a Ahsoka move right there.
Right.
I mean, that I smiled thinking, yep, that's
Well,
Ahsoka.
her body language from start to finish, I thought paid real tribute to the Ahsoka we've known for 18 years.
Yeah.
I mean, her posture, her stance, everything.
Sure.
She did her research.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, visually speaking, I didn't feel like this wasn't Ahsoka at all.
Right.
The only thing that did get me was, like you said, the voice. The first time she spoke, it was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But she took the fact that, okay, she didn't sound like Ahsoka. Now, granted, this is writing too, but delivery is a huge part of this. But the way every line was delivered was very Ahsoka.
Yes. Yeah.
So while it didn't sound like the Ahsoka we've known all these years, the delivery was there.
Right.
The look was there. Like I said, even the posture was there. Everything looked Ahsoka.
Yeah, totally.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, it really doesn't matter if I'm not.
No, true. You got a good point, because it's gonna be like this whether we like it or not. So, you know, and really, I can get past the voice thing, you know. So it's it's all the other stuff that apparently there's complaints about that I don't understand if people can't get past it. If you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah, it's what it is, right? It's
Exactly.
Ahsoka's in live action.
Yeah.
That's a huge victory.
Yeah, totally.
Huge victory.
I mean, it's a big win for us fans, that's for sure.
So, yeah. I mean, we're definitely not losing if they're going to keep telling these stories.
That's for sure. So, what do you make of the fact that Ahsoka said Grogu trained under many masters? I mean, these might be some of the Jedi we know. I mean, do you think there's stories we're going to see there?
I doubt it.
Yeah. Be nice.
I mean, yeah, I don't really see that being expanded on much unless Grogu's story goes on for, a decade.
Well, that could happen.
Then, just maybe then, we might get some insight into his upbringing in the temple.
Yeah.
But until then, yeah, I think that was just a line, man.
I don't know. I look into all that kind of stuff when they say it, because all that little stuff can mean so much in Star Wars, you know. I don't know. There's a lot of Jedi that were around then that we already are familiar with. Maybe there's stories there. They have a tendency to go back these days, you know.
Right.
Oh, I had another question. So right at the end of the episode, did you notice Grogu being carried off by Mando kind of has this knowing look with Ahsoka, like they telepathically just said something to each other. And, you know, it's like, wonder what that was about. That's probably one of those things we're just left to wonder. I'm sure.
Hey, see you soon.
Yeah. Yeah. He's probably saying, yeah, you know how this whole Tython thing's going to go, right?
Either that or he's looking at her like, you just got him to train me. He doesn't even know anything about us.
Right.
But he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And that nod was like, it's what I do. So yeah, cool stuff.
Definitely.
I mean, this was a fantastic episode.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, from start to finish, just fantastic. I mean, you could tell Dave's hands were all over this.
Absolutely.
And yeah, Rosario Dawson, phenomenal job.
Yes.
You know, that's a tough thing to do. And if those are the complaints, right?
Uh-huh.
If those complaints that we just laid out there are the complaints that people have about Ahsoka Tano coming to live action, then Rosario Dawson did more than her job.
For sure.
Because people had nothing substantive to complain about.
Right.
So it was all just, minute points.
Yeah, really. It's funny to me. It seems that we're hearing about somebody's complaining about something. Man, as far as I'm concerned, y'all just need to sit down and watch TV and enjoy it.
Yeah,
that's what I like to do. I like to just.
We say this all the time. Remember, it's fiction.
Right.
Fantasy.
Yes.
Not real life.
Not real. Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I thought this was well done. Well executed.
Definitely.
I don't feel like there was much they could have changed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm on board.
Me too.
Excited to see Ahsoka back in live action. Who knows when we'll see it, but hey, it's out there. It's got to happen sometime, right?
That's right. I got a feeling all of that is it's coming our way, sooner or later.
Yeah, I think that Ahsoka series that was talked about.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a real thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if it wasn't prior to this week,
oh, it is now.
I bet it is now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, totally.
Happy to see Ahsoka in live action. It's about damn time.
Right on.
It really is. I mean, this character has been just growing in popularity. It's only right.
That's for sure. Yeah, I'd say definitely. We've said it before, right? One of the most popular characters in Star Wars, aside from Luke Skywalker, at least Jedi. Yeah.
Yep. All right. If you have anything to add, you can always email us. show@thewarsandmore.com. It's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media. We're at the Wars and More on Twitter, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. You can find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I guess that about covers it.
All right. We will talk next week.